Hi and welcome to TMG. Here is our top 10 films for you to watch this Christmas.
It's only November, but because the Christmas period is coming, we want you to enjoy some of the top 10 Christmas movies that are out there. Some of the ones you might have seen, some of the ones you might not have seen. But here it is, TMG's festive list of the top 10 films for this Christmas.
10.
At number 10, it's Gremlins. What can you not love about Gremlins? It's one of the greatest Christmas films of all time. It's scary, it's funny, it's wacky, it's weird. With, for me, what is the best Why I Hate Christmas speech ever recorded in the history of cinema.
Why you hate Christmas?
Yeah, do you remember Phoebe Cates has the speech about her dad coming down the chimney and breaking his neck and the smell of it, and that's why she hates Christmas. I love the visual effects in Gremlins. I love the moment where the gremlin goes into the blender. I love it at the end where the gremlins are watching, I think it's a Wonderful Life, I'm not quite sure, but they're watching a film in the cinema and they're all freaking out and popcorn's going everywhere. It's wicked.
Yeah, I love it. I just love that he buys this sort of cute little mogwai, which looks like a little teddy bear. Then he has to just simply follow these 3 rules. He can't get it wet, he can't feed it after midnight, and he can't let in near sunlight. So obviously that lasts about a day. Yeah. And then just all chaos starts to ensue.
Hell breaks loose in that tiny little town. Absolutely brilliant film, definitely worth checking out this Christmas.
9.
And number 9, it's Scrooged, directed by Richard Donner with Bill Murray. This might upset Rick a great deal, but I'm not a big Bill Murray fan. I don't rate Ghostbusters. I like him in the Wes Anderson films.
Friendship's over. This is the last episode of TMG.
15 years and Murray's destroyed it for us. Very disappointed.
And you don't like Ghostbusters?
You see our review. I always preferred the cartoon. I
love the cartoon as well.
I love the cartoon to bits, but my Bill Murray thing, I'm not very keen. Like him in the Wes Anderson stuff, thought he was very good in Lost in Translation. Here, he's in his element, he's cynical, he's cruel, he's spiteful. I did enjoy the film a lot. I only saw it a few years back, actually. I didn't see it as a kid, but I'd highly recommend it. It's a very great alternative to traditional Christmas fare.
Yeah, I watched this film as a kid and I did really enjoy it because it's like a modern take on sort of the classic tale of A Christmas Carol. And when I say modern take, I mean that was like...
1987, I think it was.
It's like nearly 20 years old now. Yeah. So it's not so modern, but it's more modern than if you watch sort of the classic, the old black and white one, which I also love. But yeah, it's nice to have sort of a more modern take on that, and Bill Murray is just great in the role. He is, like you said, he's just so cynical. The fact that they managed to make him like redeemable it's quite impressive, and it's a really feel-good Christmas movie. 8.
At number 8, it's Elf. I do remember Elf coming out of the cinema, but I didn't see it. I haven't actually seen it. I'm quite aware of it. So you love Elf. You chose Elf. Why did you choose it?
I chose Elf because Will Ferrell's probably going to be most remembered for Anchorman, but I think he'll also be remembered for Elf, and I think Elf will probably last a lot longer because kids are always going to be brought into it. Is this kid, he accidentally crawled into Santa's sack one night when he was like a toddler, and he's grown up sort of in the elf workshop, and he thinks he's an elf, but he's like 6 foot tall, he's just bigger than everyone else, he just doesn't look right, doesn't fit in at all, and then he ends up going back to sort of New York. He's just completely out of his element. It's just so fun to see, and he's just sort of so happy, so full of joy. He's just got all the spirit of Christmas, and he's just hilarious. And you've also got Zooey Deschanel in the movie, and she's great. I mean, she sort of plays a love interest to Will Ferrell's character. I just think it's such a sort of sweet sort of story they tell, and it's definitely worth seeing. 7.
Number 7, it's Nightmare Before Christmas, which I remember, that's how old I am, going to watch this at the cinema, and I think it came out in the summer. Aside from any history about when it came out, it is an incredibly visual film. It's beautifully designed and directed by Henry Selick. The animations are spot on. It's got the voice of the vampire from Fright Night as Jack Skellington, and I think it's a terrific, creepy kind of film, kind of like a companion to Beetlejuice in a way. I imagine if Beetlejuice had been an animated film, it could maybe have looked like this and been set in this kind of world. Yeah. And it's absolutely terrific. It's not a film for very, very young children. I think for maybe the older kids would probably love it. I hope they'd love it because it is a terrific film.
Yeah, I love this film. I mean, it's Halloween meets Christmas, and it's Tim Burton, and it's got sort of Tim Burton's print all over it with the style, the black and the white, the not great character in the centre. I mean, Jack's not this sort of...
He's a lovable rogue, really.
He's a lovable rogue. He's sort of an anti-hero because he's not just this straight-laced hero. He's from a different holiday. He doesn't understand Christmas. He's sort of learning about what it is. Like you said, the animation's amazing. The songs in it are so catchy. It's a really good story, and yeah, it's a great Tim Burton movie. 6.
Lethal Weapon, in which Mel Gibson and Danny Glover come up against Celebrity Big Brother 2014 winner Gary Busey. There's a sense that I never thought I'd hear myself say, to bring down a drug empire. Oh man, how can you not love Lethal Lethal Weapon. It's got the fantastic...
You'd have to be crazy.
You'd have to be crazy as Riggs not to love a film with cracking dialogue by the brilliant Shane Black, fantastic direction, and an incredibly committed, out-there performance by Mel Gibson. I have a lot of problems with Gibson now, and the man he's become, but back in the day, I mean, there was no one cooler than Martin Riggs, that ridiculous mullet hairdo. The best scene for me is when he's hanging in a shower and the guy's electrocuting him with a sponge and a car battery.
That's 80s movies.
You wouldn't get that now in a movie. You would not get a man be electrocuted with a car battery and a wet sponge.
Well, no, because now in modern movies, this guy would not be on the police force.
No,
I mean,
of course
he
not.
would be like sectioned or something.
Yeah, he's a Vietnam vet. He's completely mental.
Yeah, he's lost the plot. He's clearly like got post-traumatic stress disorder. But in the 80s, that's fine. You can still go out and do your job, kill a few people.
Yeah, randomly shoot anyone who gets in you. I mean, there's that bit in the nightclub, and he's literally shooting everybody. He's open. There's one point where he's hiding behind a wall, and he's just blind firing. The club's full of people. The music's blaring. He doesn't give a fuck that he might actually kill somebody.
Yeah.
He's just like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's fine.
It happens these days.
You can get away with that sort of stuff. When someone's like threatening to jump off a building, you just handcuff yourself to them and jump.
Yeah, no health and safety in those days.
Yeah. 5.
Number 5 is Black Christmas, remade from the 1974 film. I haven't seen Black Christmas, so I mean, I tell you what. Tell me why should I watch Black Christmas?
Watch Black Christmas because there should be a horror movie for every occasion. It has that whole Halloween, Friday the 13th thing going, but it's set at Christmas. It's about this guy called Billy who's returning to his home where he's killed his parents. He's just broke out of a mental institution. His home is now obviously a sorority house filled with young girls.
Of course it is.
Couldn't
be a house full of bodybuilders, could it? Or WWE wrestlers. That'd make an interesting horror.
Just like a military base.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But no, it is a quite entertaining Christmas movie. It's nothing that's going to blow your mind in terms of like it's a brand new horror. You've seen this movie before, but if you don't want to watch sort of the feel-good Christmas movies, if you've had enough of Christmas Carol, if you've had enough of sort of A Wonderful Life, yeah, bang this on. Get a bit of horror going over Christmas.
Nice one, yeah.
4.
Number 4, Batman Returns. We have reviewed Batman Returns previously in the year. I'm not crazy about it, but it's a great Christmas film. It's set at Christmas.
Yeah,
and it's
Batman.
And it's Batman, and you've got to love Keaton. Obviously, I've flown the flag for Keaton more times than I can remember. And it's quite a sad film as well. It's about abandonment. It's about not being able to really admit who you are as a person, and there's some really interesting things going on with it. I know you love it, really, so... I mean, it's a great Christmas film.
Yeah, it's a great Christmas film because it's Batman. I mean, that's it.
It does sell it.
You don't really need anything else. I mean, if it had been sort of any other movie and just randomly set at Christmas, it wouldn't have been great, but it's Batman at Christmas.
It's our Batman. Yeah. I always think of him as our generation's Batman. It's got Keaton as Batman. It's Tim Burton directing it.
And this is obviously like, it's the sequel to the 1989 Batman, and it's the last one that they made together. I mean, after that, it went downhill drastically with bat nipples and whatnot.
Mr. Freeze.
And they brought in Robin.
Yes, Robin. Oh, God. What
just to ruin everything.
Just to really put a stake through the heart of that franchise, they bring in Robin.
How to ruin a Batman franchise is you bring in Robin and then you bring in bat nipples.
That's true. Oh dear. Let's move on to happier times at number 3. Michael Caine probably gives the greatest performance of his career in the Muppets Christmas Carol. You've got to love the Muppets. You know, they're wonderful, and here they are in the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, and you've got Kermit as Bob Cratchit. I mean, what more do you want, really?
Yeah. It's narrated by Gonzo. It's such sort of feel-good Christmas movie.
It's a mental Christmas movie. You've got Muppets all over the place. You've got Michael Caine, who looks perfect as Ebenezer Scrooge. Yeah. He's got the look. He's got the wavy hair and the big black hat and the cloak, and it's a terrific Christmas movie. I think the Muppets are getting a lot more attention now because they just...
Yeah, they seem to be coming back around again, don't they? But when we were kids, I mean, obviously the Muppets were a big deal. There was obviously the Muppets on TV.
Yeah, Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies cartoon TV show. And then, you had lots of Muppet movies, but this was by far the best one.
Absolutely. And number 2? Home Alone. Couldn't do a Christmas list without Home Alone.
No.
It's sort of torture porn, really. I mean, 20 odd years before Eli Roth came along and told us all what torture porn was. It's a great, really messed up family movie.
Yeah, as a kid when you're watching it, it does kind of empower you. You think, if I was left home alone, these are ideas I could use. Yeah. Maybe being left home alone wouldn't be such a bad thing. Yeah. I could set up some baubles, get a BB gun.
Yeah, I could order a pizza, I could rig up the TV, I could do all these, really cool technological things. I could make friends with the creepy old man down the street who might not be a murderer or a sex offender, it could...
So you've got Macaulay Culkin, who's in the role that made him famous, the role that he's most famous for. I mean, he was in Uncle Buck, but this is the role. When you think of Macaulay Culkin, you think of Home Alone. You don't think of Richie Rich. You don't think
of My Girl. My Girl. Honestly, how anyone...
They killed him, man.
Good. If you're stupid enough to whack... I'm going to say this now. If you're stupid enough to whack a bee's nest with a stick, you deserve to die.
I don't think it's the smartest thing to do. I don't think we deserve to die.
Alright, maybe not. But if you're stupid enough to whack a bee's nest, you're asking for trouble, really. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's gone on to do some good films films recently. I loved Seen the Good Son with Macaulay Culkin.
That was years ago. Recently.
Was that not recent?
Is that where he plays the evil one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 15 years ago.
I loved him in that. I loved him in Party Monster as well, but I think this is the film, as Rick said, the one that made him famous, that made him an icon.
Not only that, you've also got Joe Pesci
From
as the
Goodfellas!
villain. Yeah, absolutely brilliant villain. You've got him playing Marv, and you've got...
Daniel Stern as Harry.
And they're just people you want to see get hurt. Number one.
Tie your hose to your chest, get your machine gun ready, and abseil through that window. It's Die Hard. Motherfuckers, it's Die Hard. I'm not love Die Hard! Die Hard is the Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Just the best Christmas film ever. It's one of the best films ever. I have to put it on at Christmas. I have to watch it because it's just fantastic.
Nakatomi Tower, you've got Al, you've got Hans Gruber.
You've got Hans Gruber, you've got Carl, the scariest blonde man I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. You've got Ellis, who's the douchiest character in all of
the
movies.
douchiest coke-headed epitome of 80s sleazy yuppie.
Yeah, he is. You just sort of take one look at him and you're like, that guy's an asshole.
Perfect Christmas movie with a great scene involving a hat and a sweatshirt with "Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho" written on it.
One guy versus
12 terrorists, I believe it is.
He's got to take them all out in this one building. It's just him versus them. It's great. He's got a vest on. He's in the 80s.
It's Bruce Willis. He had all his hair then.
Bruce Willis, when he actually sort of give a damn about the role.
Yeah, it wasn't just going through the motions like it has been for the last 10, 15 years, you know. This is when Bruce Willis knew how to play John McClane. He knew who McClane was, and he made McClane all his own. You know, being totally out of place in this corporate world, you know.
And he did it all with no shoes on.
No shoes. Oh, the saddest scene in the film. Sat there on that toilet, pecking glass out of his feet, you know, giving his speech. Oh, Dal Holly, she was the greatest thing ever, a bum like me, you know.
Yeah. And then he dumped her again by the second film.
Yeah.
That guy's seriously got commitment issues.
Yeah.
But he's so good with a gun.
So these are our Christmas movies. We hope you love them as much as we do. I just want to say thank you for all the hundreds of people who followed us since we started this site. It was originally meant just to be a bit of fun, two friends talking about something that they love so much. And, you know, we've had some great messages back from people who've liked the work. We've had lots of likes, we've had some dislikes, and we hope to carry this on into the future. So thank you very much to everyone who's been viewing our videos and giving us your support. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do. Even though we are still growing, we have noticed that we've sort of got a few people who comment quite a lot, and it's so nice to sort of get some back and forth going. Yeah. So if you are watching this, if you like our reviews, click the subscribe button, chat to us. I mean, we love talking about movies.
And we've done plenty of review. People have asked us to review films, which we've done. I did Dangerous Liaisons. We've also done The In Crowd. So if you've got anything you'd like us to do, we've also done Alien. If you'd like us to do, just let us know. And thank you very much, and have a wonderful Christmas.
And just before we go, we want to know what your favourite Christmas movie is. What did we miss off the list that you would want to see? Let us know in the comments below. Merry Christmas.